This is Android X1138 with part 1 of my Unfair Advantage Dark Souls Quick Start Guide. The idea of this guide is really to help you identify essentially some weapons and extra goodies that you may not be aware that you can get this early on in the game. That will really give you a bit of an unfair advantage trying to make your way through this rather brutal world. So first off, I'm creating a thief character, and I've choose a thief because I like the fact that they start off at less than 25% of the weight of their weight, so they can roll very quickly, dodge and evade very quickly, which to me is very important. I prefer a fast-moving character than a slow-moving character. Also, the thief has the master key by default, which is a very useful thing to have. You can choose it as a gift if you want, but if you choose that as your thief as your default, you can choose another starting gift in addition to that. The reason we want to have the master key is because it will open a number of different doors within the game, but it will also give you access to certain parts of the game earlier on that you wouldn't have access to normally.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
So if you're completely new to Dark Souls, this is a mystery benefactor that's going to drop this corpse into your cell, on which you're going to find a key that won't let you get out of your this cage here. And so yep, just grab the key, make your way out down the hall, and there are going to be a few little undead, some draugrs down here that you can take out on your way. You don't have to fight these guys, but they don't fight back, so it's kind of fun to practice your moves on them. Or just completely miss like that. Yeah, we're just going to take out this guy quickly, and a few extra souls. The currency in this game is souls. The more souls you have, obviously the faster you're going to be able to level up and buy new items for your character. One thing to be aware of though is whenever you die, obviously you lose those souls. However, you can pick them up again as long as you don't die again before that. So you want to go straight through these double doors here, and as you go through you're going to want to run immediately to the left. So there's a doorway off to the left hand side here, and just dodge past these empty vases and things here through this gate, and you can probably just get a little glimpse of it there through the gate, but there's a gigantic demon in that room that enters at the same time as you do, so I'm just literally running right past. Some of you might want to rest at that bonfire. I don't usually bother, just light it and then move on. But if it's your first time round, you probably would want to rest there in case you get killed by this archer at the top here. And again, I'm probably going a little bit too fast for what I should be doing, because this guy is very difficult to kill without a proper weapon. You have to keep swiping at him dozens and dozens of times, as I'm doing here, doing literally about a point or 2 points of damage. Even with the backstab, it literally does like 2 points of damage, which is pretty useless. So I decided to run around the corner here and actually equip my bandit's knife. So as you saw there, I picked up a shield earlier, and now I'm just setting the bandit's knife as my weapon. This area you pick up your default weapons for your starting class. So I just get in with a quick backstab, and that's the end of that. Alright, so going through the forked door here, if you look over to your right hand side as you come through here, you'll see that knight in that little cell there. And if you look at the wall, you see there's marks on here that kind of indicate that this might be a broken wall. If you run up these stairs, there's a boulder that comes crashing down, so just jump off to the side, and that opens up that room. So now you can get in to see this guy that looks rather like your mystery benefactor.
You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I were both undead. Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen. And thine exodus from the Undead Asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite. Oh. And this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now. And thank you.
Alright, so next you're going to want to come down here and open this gate here. This doesn't open from the other side, so definitely one you want to open. And especially if you saved at that, if you rested at that last bonfire, make sure you rest again here, because otherwise if you get killed, you're going to respawn in that other spot and you're going to have to run all the way back around again. And so just come up to the top here. There's a couple of guys you're going to have up here to play with. I'm being a fool here and trying to tackle him empty-handed. Switch my blade, and that's going to take care of him a little bit quicker. So you can see there's a couple of guys here. You just want to try and lure these guys out, because there's an archer a little bit further down, and if you get directly in the path, and he's going to be able to hit you at the same time, and your energy will go away pretty quickly. And I got this guy with a parry there, but my blade didn't actually make contact, so that was a little annoying. Spin around this guy, quick stab in the back. Press pay to him. There's another little dude back here. Again, dance around the back of them. Getting the backstabs is takes a little bit of practice, but there's when you get around the side of them, if you try and run around the back of them, there'll be a certain point where the camera will start to swing around. When the camera starts to swing, that's the time to act. And it'll deal massive damage. As you can see, it kills them way faster than trying to do it the normal way. Now this demon, you definitely want to drop down and do a dropping attack from that ledge. It will deal massive damage to him. One of the things I like about the Feet character here as well is his blade, apart from doing higher critical damage, it also does bleed damage, which when fighting this demon comes in really handy. And he's making mincemeat out of me there, but I'm just going to keep going, dodge past him. When he goes up in the air, make sure you get out of the way, because he has a little area of attack when he drops, which will send you flying and do you a lot of damage if you're in the wrong place. But a couple of little swipes, and that's it. He's dead. Pretty easy. even with a character that has virtually no armor. One quick note here is, in this little area here, there's a ledge off to the side down here with a crow's nest.
Give me warm, give me soft.
So what you're hearing now is Snuggly. Snuggly the Crow is a trader that you can interact with later on in the game. So once you get further on in the game, you'll be able to shortcut, you'll be able to come back to the Undead Asylum here. And you can drop certain items like mosses, rubbish, dung pie and so forth into Snuggly's nest. You quit out the game, drop one item at a time, quit out the game and load back in, and you'll find a goodie that she's dropped there in exchange.
To leave the Undead Asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Alright, that's it for part 1, and we'll see you again for part 2 shortly.